So we have already solved basic problems. The first set of problem was with respect to primary distribution summary. For primary distribution summary, we apportioned the overheads for both production department as well as service department. Then in the next set of problems, we discussed about secondary distribution summary. So secondary distribution summary is reapportionment of service department cost to production department, and this reapportionment had different methods. So first we did on the basis of given ratio, and next we did on repeated distribution method. Now we have one more method under secondary distribution, that is simultaneous equation method. So what is that? Simultaneous equation method. I repeat, for primary distribution we don't have any methodology. All that we do is we look into the table in the problem and we are going to apportion the overheads on the basis of certain logic. But for the secondary distribution, we are going to apportion on the basis of ratio, or on the basis of repeated distribution method, or on the basis of simultaneous equation method. So now we are done with the ratio method, we are done with the repeated distribution method. The third method, that is simultaneous equation method, is what the problem is going to be all about. Problem number 11 would be for you as an assignment. So now I will be discussing problem number 12 as per your notes. Fortune Limited has 3 production departments and 2 service departments. The expenses of production departments P1, P2 and P3 are 12,500, 13,000, 15,000 respectively. And service departments S1 and S2 are 6,300 and 5,100 respectively, as per primary distribution summary. So here the first step has been already given in the problem. They have given the total cost as per primary distribution summary. And now we are expected to do secondary distribution summary as per simultaneous equation method. So usually for simultaneous equation method, we would be given on a percentage basis. So departments P1, P2, P3, S1 and S2, and for S1 and S2 they have given 30% for P1 for S1, then 40% for P2, 20% for P3, and for S2 10%. Then for S2 it is 10% for P1, 20% for P2, 50% for P3, and for S1 it is 20%. So basically when you are dealing with simultaneous equation method, your first step is to assume. So how many service departments are there? 2 service departments. So remember, what is simultaneous equation? You can solve for 2 unknown variables and you can solve only for 2 equations, right? So in the same way, for simultaneous equation method, we need to have 2 service departments. So 2 service departments will be termed as, let service department S1 be, let service department S1 be X, let service department S2 be Y. This would be a first step. As soon as you see simultaneous equation method in the problem, first you assume first service department as X, the next service department as Y. And after that, what is the service department 1 total cost? It is 6,300. For department 2, that is S2, the cost would be 5,100. Correct? So now you are going to form the equation. The equation would be, we have already assumed S1 as X, S2 as Y. So X is equal to, what is the cost of S1? 6,300 plus, what is the percentage in your table? In your table, just look into S1 column. Now for basis of apportionment, you used to look row wise, but for simultaneous equation you always look column wise. Please understand, For apportionment, you are going to look row wise. For simultaneous equation, you are looking column wise. So for S1, if I look up to column wise, S1 is X, we have already assumed. X is equal to 6,300 plus 20%. 20% if you convert it into a number, it becomes 0.2. So 0.25. Did you understand how I have formulated the equation? Please look into the table column wise. S1 is nothing but service department 1. We have assumed it as X. X is equal to 6,300 plus 0.21 because I have already taken X on the right hand side. This will be my equation 1. Next, I will look into Y. Y is equal to, what is Y total cost? 5,100 plus, if I look up to the column of S2, what is the percentage? 10%. So that would be 0.1. I have converted the percentage into numerical format. So 10% becomes 0.1. If I have taken Y on the right hand side, what would be the remainder? X. This will be equation 2. Okay. So I am looking into column wise. I have termed S1 as X, S2 as Y. So X is equal to the cost of S1 6,300 plus what is the remainder here? 20%, 0.2 Y. Then S2 I have termed it as Y. Y is equal to 5,100 plus 0.1 X. Now substitute equation 2 with 1. So if I substitute this in equation 1, X is equal to 6,300 plus 0.2 into, I'm substituting equation 2. So you can write it here. Substitute equation 2 in equation 1. 0.2 into, instead of Y, I am going to substitute 5,100 plus 0.1x. If I substitute this, 6,300 plus 1020 plus 0.02x. Now, if I transfer or if I shift from left hand side to right hand side all the like variables, this x is nothing but 1x. If nothing is there, you are going to assume it as 1, right? So, x minus 0.02x. I have just shifted from left hand side to right hand. So, if I am going to shift it, positive becomes negative, is equal to 6,300 plus 1,020 is 7,320. Now, if I take this as 1x, 1x minus 0.02x would be 0.98x is equal to 7,320. Next, x is equal to after this we are going to substitute. So x will be 7,000, x is equal to 7,320 divided by 0.98, which is equal to 7,469. 7,320 divided by 0.9x. Now with this we are done with x. We have found out x value. What is x value? 7,469. Now with the help of x, if we substitute in any of these equations, we would be able to find out y. So I am going to take equation 1 to find out the missing variable. So after finding x, I am going to find out y. I am going to take this equation, equation 1, x is equal to 6,300 plus 0.2 into y. So what is x here? 7,469. 69 is equal to 6300 plus 0.2y. So if I shift this, 7469 minus 6300 is equal to 0.2y. Now, what would be the answer? The answer would be, so I can do in this way also, or I can also do by doing for the second equation. So let us take for the second equation. So what is the second equation? Y is equal to 5100 plus 0.1x. So y is equal to 5100 plus 0.1 into 7469. Y is equal to 5100 plus 746.9. Y is equal to 5846.9, which is equal to 5847. So y value is 5847. Do one thing. First you assume S1 as x, S2 as y. Formulate simultaneous equation 1 and equation 2. After formulating, find out x value by taking equation 1 and substituting equation 2 in equation 1. Once you find out x value, then take the second equation, substitute x value, and you can find out y value. So with the help of simultaneous equation method and substitutions, you will be able to find both x as well as y variables. So after finding x and y, the next step that you are going to do is statement showing reapportionment of service department to production department. So statement showing reapportionment of service department to production department, and the heading would be secondary distribution summary. So secondary distribution summary, I have already told you what would be the columns. The same columns: items of cost,